Okay, so for today's soup recipe, these are all the ingredients that you are going to need. And I can definitely link the actual recipe down below for you guys. But I just wanted to give you a quick overview. We're gonna make this tomato basil, I think it might be like a creamy tomato basil soup. I will put the name of it right up here right now on the video. I also picked up some of this bread I really liked, and I'll let you know how it comes out because I wanna make homemade croutons, but I liked how it already was seasoned, and I don't know, just like, sorry, tough to do with one hand, but I just feel like the size of this bread, it's nice and thin, so I feel like when I cut it to make croutons, I don't know, I think it'll taste really good. So to get started, we are going to rinse these tomatoes, chop them up, and then drizzle some olive oil, salt, and pepper, and then pop them in the oven for 1 hour. Okay, so right now I'm just washing up the tomatoes. Throughout this video, it ended up being a quick video once I put the edits in, but you'll see I did include some of the directions and information on the screen, but if you are looking to make this recipe, I would definitely click the link down below. I will have the Pinterest page that I got this from so that you guys can follow along. It honestly came out so good. It is going to be a fall family staple for sure in our house, and it will definitely be making its way into my recipe book. Comment down below if you've ever made your own tomato soup. I always seem to purchase tomato soup just already made. And what I loved about making this from home is not only did I roast these tomatoes, I feel like I cannot get more fresh than that. But instead of having a really thin consistency, I felt like it was just a little bit thicker and you could really taste the flavors. So I would definitely suggest making your own tomato basil soup. It is just so good, especially if you have basil in your garden. We had some over the summer, but we ended up actually like digging out our garden for the fall. But if you have any at home, using fresh basil would be great too. Okay, so I just added the heavy cream to this soup. I'm gonna let this soup just kind of sit and cool off for a little bit. I do not have an immersion blender. I'm pretty sure that's what they're called. It is on my list though of gifts for like maybe Christmas, or like my husband and I keep a list of gifts of things that like for special things and occasions we can get each other. So I really would love one of those because I find I need it more often than not. I feel like I'll show you guys or tell you what I end up doing and what I usually do, but I would love to have a KitchenAid immersion blender. I cut up this bread. So I already had a lot of flavor to it, but I just added some olive oil and then salt and pepper in a bowl, and then I preheated the oven to 400 degrees and popped them in for 7 minutes. So these are ready and good to go. So here is my makeshift immersion blender. So I'm gonna wait for that. Let's put a light on here. I'm gonna wait for the soup to cool down, and what I do is honestly, I just put it in these NutriBullet containers and I just blend it and then I pour it back into the container, and it honestly works so well. So if you guys don't have an immersion blender, you don't need one. I think in terms of like making things a little bit easier, sure, it would be great, but you don't need one. If you guys are not new here and you watched my last vlog, then you will know that I purchased this candle from Hearth & Hand at Target in the scent Apple Orchard. I am obsessed. Honestly, anything Hearth & Hand I love, and it just looks great in my home. But if you're at Target, definitely pick this candle up. So that's it for today's video. I know it was short, but thank you guys so much for being here.